Bandau Santa Santana Charana Dukha Pradau Bhayo Beach Kuchi Varana Vichurito Eko Prana Harile Milato Daruna Dukade by Tulsidas, a medieval mistake. I bow down to the holy and the unholy because both of them give me sufferings. When a holy man departs from me, I get pain. And when an unholy person comes to me, I get pain. So I bow down both. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Peace, 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 Gangor. As you know, this retreat, the theme of the retreat is stories of the Vedanta monks. Last year also I talked about it. These Vedanta monks are the monks of the old monks of the Ramakrishna order. We have not seen Sri Ramakrishna, of course, in these mortal eyes. We have not seen his disciples either. But we have seen the monks who are disciples of the disciples and trained by the disciples. So Ramakrishna is the origin, direct disciples first generation, and next disciples second generation. We are the third generation. So this spiritual tradition of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji and the disciples came from Guru Parampara, they call it. Generation after generation. Guru to disciple, Guru to disciple, Guru to disciple. Which is very, very important. Parampara. We learn from these monks their spiritual experiences, how they were trained by the direct disciples, and pitfalls of a spiritual life. We get so much ancient wisdom from these monks that is very valuable to all of us. Sometimes I think this way, that all of a sudden if you get a jackpot in the lottery, you become very rich just instantly. So see, all these monks' experiences we got as a jackpot. That I wanted to tell you as an introduction. And about Guru, Diksha Guru, the Swami, the Guru who initiates, called Diksha Guru. That must be one. Don't change that one. But Shiksha Guru, which we learn from the various monks, various holy people, they are many. In the Bhagavatam we find, Abhudita had 24 gurus, and he learned every each one of them. You see, Sri Ramakrishna's just one sentence is so important. Jatodin bachi, totodin shikhi. As long as I live, so long do I learn. Never say I know everything. Miss Josephine MacLeod mentioned about Swami Vivekananda. You people think Swamiji was a great teacher. I saw him. Swamiji was a great learner. He learned every day something new. As a result, when I find his lectures, we find something freshness, something new thoughts, new ideas. It is extremely important to have these new ideas. As Swami Prabhupada mentioned, I had a great advantage to meet many Swamis of the Ramakrishna Order from 1950. I was 14 years old, visiting monastery, serving the monks every Sunday. Some of their things I had a habit to keep diary. Some of them I wrote in diary. Later I started to tape them when I became a monk. And I'm fortunate enough I had many diaries of dead monks. So 2-3 years ago I was thinking that if I die all these things will be lost. So I started to record. As a result, 2 volumes of book will come out. One already has come out, Prachin Sadhuder Kotha. This book has 430 pages, and the second volume will be out 22nd September in Calcutta. It has 608 pages. So this 1,000 pages materials will come to us, these old monks, their reminiscences and the stories. That I wanted to tell you. Of course, one person has already started to translate this book into English. Hopefully you will get one day. Now I shall start. First I remember in 1950, I went to Udbodhan, mother's house. I bowed down, tried to bow down to a Swami, Swami Chetanananda. He told me very loudly, bow down from a distance, don't come near me. I was thinking, generally I bow down, nobody tells me that. Later on I heard that he had tuberculosis. Just came out from the hospital. TB is very contagious. That is the reason he is cautioning me, don't come near me, bow down from a distance. He was an attendant of Holy Mother. If you sit near him, your mind will stop. The moment he sits for meditation, he merges. I remember when I was coming to this country in 1971, I went to bow down to him, sat there 15 minutes, his attendant introduced that he is going to America, please bless him. After 15 minutes, he used 2 words, Jop Koro, repeat the mantra. Then again he merged. Some people teach through silence. Then after half an hour I came out from his room. Swami Sridharanandaji told one story about Swami Vishuddhananda, Swami Shantananda. In 1940s, no treatment, no medicine for TB. So when he got that disease, he was isolated in one room, and Swami Sridharananda, at that time Brahmachari, Sholil Maharaj, was attendant, serving food to him in his room. He was telling, what is the matter? Nobody told him that he had TB. But Swami Birajanandaji arranged in Shimla, there is a George V TB sanatorium. So he was there. He was taken there. Seeing the sign, he understood that he had TB. Then he was deeply concerned about his attendant. Immediately he isolated himself. He would not talk to anybody, just ate, closed the door. Then after 3 days he came out with a joyful face. Then Sholil Maharaj asked, Maharaj, what happened? Then he told this story. When I was an attendant of Holy Mother told me, whenever you have any crisis in life, and if you do not find any solution, ask me. He gave me this instruction. At that time, you isolate yourself and practice japa and meditation for long hours. And time to time, ask me, Mother, what shall I do? At that time, eat a small quantity. Keep your body and mind pure. And talk minimum to the people. Don't let people know that what you are doing. At that time, pray. Pray wholeheartedly from the bottom of your heart. Never lose patience. If you see that you are not getting my command, remember, your mind has not come to the same level through which I can communicate with you. Have faith and devotion. You will get my answer. Then the Swami said, Mother came. Then Mother said, my son, what do you want? I told Mother, I have one prayer. What? I may die. That doesn't matter. But let this young man who is serving me may not get TB. Then I will be blamed. Mother says, that will be okay. So, when I heard that story, I felt how to get command from God, from Mother. This is the way. Then I met another monk. He was also a disciple of Holy Mother, Swami Hori Premananda. I met him in 1959 in Benares. He was my guide. The moment I entered the monastery, just before I joined, hello young man, listen. If you go any place, you must know 2 things first. Where is the drinking water and where is the bathroom? These 2 things are very important, young man. They are very practical people, these Mother's disciples. You must know first these 2 things. Then he took me to Vishwanath, that's Shiva temple, famous Shiva temple in Benares. As you know, Indian temple, you just move in, push out. And just you touch the deity, put some flowers, immediately the pilgrims will push you out. So I was pushed out. Maharaj was protecting me, but whoosh. Then he took me outside. There was a marble bench. You sit down here, repeat mantra. 15 minutes you just try to meditate what you saw inside briefly in the temple. Then he told me, whenever you go to any holy place, first go to the shrine and sit 15 minutes before you talk and do other things with the Swamis and other business. Forget it. First seek the kingdom of God. First go to the shrine, sit. 15 minutes. If you do not live with these people, everything is not in the book. If you do not live with these people, you do not know what is called true spiritual life. Those things are very valuable for all of us. There is a story about him. Holy Mother went to Bankura, from Jairambachi to Bankura, a little distance. Radhu was sick. For Radhu's treatment, Mother went to Bankura, because in Bankura there was a Swami, Maheshwarananda, who was a homeopathic doctor, Mother's disciple. So Mother took Radhu and this Hori Premarat, his name was Hori, from Jairambachi to Bankura. There was a room, there was a kerosene lantern. Mother was seated on a stool, and evening, and Hori Maharaj was massaging Mother's feet. Mother has arthritis, with some medicated oil. And he was thinking, she's an old lady with wrinkled skin, and all veins and sinews are visible, and people call her Divine Mother. He was thinking, rubbing the Mother's feet and thinking this thing. Then, all of a sudden he saw that Mother's feet changed. Mother's feet became turned, it became very young, tight-skinned, young person's skin, feet. Then all of a sudden he looked upward and saw the Mother was not there. It's a Jagaddatri, four-handed Divine Mother. Immediately, he fell down. After some time, Holy Mother says, "My son, what happened? What happened? Get up, get up." Then again he saw that Holy Mother, that old woman was seated in front of her. He realized who was truly the Holy Mother. And then, of course, I met Swami Maheshwarananda ji, Holy Mother's magic doctor. Mother had dysentery in Kualpara, and he brought some medicine. And homeopathic medicine, sometimes he used to give on the tongue. It is liquid sometimes. One dose he will give on the tongue. The moment he tried to give on the tongue, he saw Divine Mother inside her mouth. So he could not give medicine there. O Boikuncho, his name was Boikuncho Maharaj, Mother's disciple. O Boikuncho, give me medicine. Boikuncho, I am not well, give me medicine. He could not give medicine there. He saw the whole face of the Divine Mother in her mouth. Then he put that medicine in some globules or something, sugar, and then gave to her. Mother, you take it by yourself. I cannot put medicine on your tongue. That Swami, when Mother passed away, I put a picture of him in the Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi and the Divine Mother. I put his picture with Mother's dead body. Do you know what? When they carried Mother's body from Udbodhan to Baranagar and then crossed the Ganges and to Belur Math for cremation, he took an umbrella so that sun will not put on Mother's face. You know, sometimes, do you know how you feel? What is called love? Love is very, very important. Love comes from deep feelings. Do you really feel? With the little things, it reminds us. Then I met, of course, Swami Chetanananda, Baroda Maharaj. He was very fond of me. I asked him, Maharaj, in my home I have mother, I have sister, I have aunts, I have so many women in our family. What is the difference between these women and Holy Mother? He said, Have you seen any human being who has no desire? Vasana shunno, no desire. That we see in mother. You see, all these human beings you see, we have desires. But God has no desire. Desire comes from ignorance. I always try to remind people the philosophy of Vedanta. Avidya, kamo, karma. Why do you work? Because you have desire. Why do you have desire? Because you have ignorance. So all these human beings are rotating these three places. Avidya, kamo, karma. Ignorance, desire, action. God is free from these things. Very, very interesting. We must learn these things. So I asked Bharata Maharaj, he said, mother was vasana shunya, completely desireless. He told me many, many things about mother. Then I met Swami Sharadeshananda, in mother's disciple attendant in Vrindavan. I asked him, Maharaj, what you saw in her? What is the main characteristics of the mother? Oh, nirobhiman, that is the exact word he used. Completely egoless. All human beings have egos. God does not have any ego. That we saw in the mother, completely egoless. I asked him, Maharaj, when she worshipped, how did you see? Well, after the worship, sometimes we saw that he merged into samadhi. Then I met another Swami, Shotta Sharupananda, Vishesh Maharaj. Uncle Maharaj, your mother's disciple, what you saw? মা কাউকে মনে কষ্ট দিয়ে কথা বলতে পারতেন না. Holy Mother never hurt anybody by words. You see, through words we make friends, through words we make enemies. It is all words. Sometimes we hurt people. Holy Mother never hurt people. So many stories we learned from these Swamis. Then of course we met Swami Vishuddhananda, though I did not have any direct talk with him, but I saw him. Every afternoon he would sit in the living room, people flock, and he creates such a wonderful atmosphere. You will forget your home, your body, everything will forget. He will lift your mind to a higher plane of consciousness. He would talk about Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Upanishad, Gita. Somebody asked him, Maharaj, who is great, Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother? He smiled and he said, I don't know, but one thing I can tell you, Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Holy Mother. He worshipped her, so you know who is great. Then he made another beautiful remark. Sri Ramakrishna saw Holy Mother from three angles. And Holy Mother saw Sri Ramakrishna from three angles. Sri Ramakrishna saw Sharada, my wife, my disciple, my Ishta, my chosen deity. Holy Mother saw in Sri Ramakrishna, my husband, my guru, my chosen deity. It is a mystical relationship between these two souls, Thakur and Ma, Shiva and Shakti, Brahma among Shakti. Swami Nikhilananda, mother's disciple, I remember. I know many stories about him, but one story I shall never forget. It was in 1972. I was in Thousand and Park 10 days, lived with him. As a custom, every 4 o'clock there will be a Vesper service in Swamiji's room, Vivekananda cottage in Thousand and Park. Swami would come with a wheelchair. 4 o'clock we used to drink tea. Then we would go to Swamiji's room. And his two attendants will help him to go upstairs. And in the back there is a chair. And next to his chair there is a bronze statue of Swami Vivekananda made by Melvin Hoffman. He would sit there. I still vividly can visualize taking his rosary, he is repeating mantra, and tears was flowing from his eyes. 1 hour passed, we came out from the shrine, but until you take away the rosary from his hand, it will not stop. You know, those scenes are so touching, I cannot tell you. Later on, of course, he had some kind of Alzheimer. Such a great scholar of the Ramakrishna order. Those little whom Thakur Ma, the disciples touched, how their lives are transformed. That is the most important thing in a spiritual life. Transformation. Another Swami, of course, mother's disciple, Swami Chetanananda. Some of you might have seen him in Portland. He died in 1996. Yes. I have seen many monks, but I have not seen another like him. As if he is possessed, moving with such intensity, I cannot explain to you. As if somebody is holding him all the time. And when he talks with such conviction. I remember first time I met him in 1973, he made some rice pudding for me. It was burnt. Then he came and said, Chetanananda, how is the rice pudding? Uncle, very good, very good. He said, if the rice pudding is burnt, or it is very difficult to eat. Anyhow, here is mother's disciple made rice pudding for me. Whatever it may be, I must eat. I remember there was a brahmachari near him. He used to come, Swami, I have some problems. Problems? Go to the mother. Next, after a few days he came, Swami, I am depressed. Depressed? Get used to it. Get used to it. Very funny. I lived with Swami Prabhupada for 5 years in Hollywood as his assistant. What is Guru Bhakti? Devotion for the Guru. It is overwhelming, I cannot tell you. One day he said, every day when he would come back from his walk at 10 o'clock from the monastery, I used to go to see him. One day he was telling me, Chetanananda, I am a little depressed. I said, why, Maharaj? Previously I used to go to the shrine for 3 times a day. Morning 1 hour, before lunch 1 hour, and in the evening 1 hour. But now I cannot go. I have heart problem. I said, Maharaj, it is not necessary for you to go to the shrine anymore. You met Holy Mother, you are a disciple of Swami Brahmananda, you met 8 or 9 monastic disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, and you are very close to them. Their memories, are in your mind. You think of them. Yes, yes, they are always in my mind. Maharaj, that is called Sahaja Yoga. Not that you will have to go to the shrine and sit for japa and meditation. If you think that these things are constantly coming to your mind, that is enough, Maharaj. And you are so, even a sadhu sangha darkar, even a monk needs the company of a monk. He was an amazing person. He told me that when he was a student, he was a revolutionary. There was a revolver under his pillow. They were fighting against the British. So he told me, I went to Swami Chetanananda, Swamiji's disciple, and asked him, Chetanananda said, hello young man, do you know the meaning of the word destructive? Yes. No. Check the dictionary and find out the meaning. I opened the dictionary and saw the meaning of the word destructive. Then he said, do you know the meaning of the word constructive? Find out from the dictionary. Again I saw what is the meaning of the word constructive. Then he said, henceforth, young man, do everything constructive in your life. He used to tell me, everything, every day I want to do everything constructive. That is the way you can find fulfillment in life. Every day do something constructive. I am just telling you how to learn from the different monks, from their experiences. But I went to Swami Turiyananda, who was the embodiment of the Bhagavad Gita. He experimented Gita in his life. He said, Maharaj, could you teach me Bhagavad Gita? Of course, come tomorrow. Next day he went. Take one verse of the Gita, memorize it, get its meaning, and practice it. Until you get perfection, don't take the next verse. This is my first class and this is my last class. That is the way one should learn. Swami Pavitranandaji used to come to California every summer from New York. He was the head of the Vedanta Society of New York. He was in my next room. So after supper I used to go to his room and we used to talk. Two things vividly in my mind. One day he told me, when you lecture, do not embellish. Do not color the words of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother. Then you will deviate from the truth. What is truth? That you must tell people. Do not exaggerate. Another Swami said, do not use all superlative degrees. Then he said that when I was young, I went to Swami Sharadananda and asked him, Maharaj, I am working in the monastery. I don't feel that I am working for the Lord. I am working for Sri Ramakrishna. Then Sharadananda said, is it your work? No. Do you work for your family? No. Do you get any salary here? No. Then you can go. Then you will know for whom you are working. These 3 are definite. It is not your work. You are not working for your family and you do not get any salary here. Work for the Lord. I met Swami Bibidishanandaji in Seattle in 1973. He invited me to give a talk on Sri Ramakrishna's birthday anniversary. I told him, Maharaj, I can come on condition. What is your condition? You will have to take me to Vancouver. I want to see the place where Swami Vivekananda landed. All right, I shall take you to Vancouver. Then I saw him in the shrine. He came, waved incense, then he repeated mantra, then he meditated, then he began to recite some hymns. His eyesight was bad at that time. Then in the breakfast table I asked him, Maharaj, could you tell me, when you were initiated by Swami Brahmananda, what kind of lessons he gave to you? He said, I saw that old Swami, he's in his mid-80s, his face was beaming with joy. Yes. Swami Brahmananda told me, puja, path, job, dhyan, chattei korbi. Tale tor spiritual life monotonous hobe na. Puja, worship, path, reading, japam, and meditation. Practice 4, then your spiritual life will not be monotonous. You look at 60 years ago when he was initiated, he got this instruction from his guru. At the age, in the ages he was practicing that same teachings, what his guru said. As he said, it is not in the books. It is oral tradition. What I learned from these great Swamis that I am trying to relate, communicate with you. About Chetanananda, I told you, the year before last, I told many stories about him. He was my mentor. I met him in 1970, in 51, 52, when he came as an editor of the Udbodhan magazine. Only one story I shall tell him that I really like him. One day both we are seated near the Krishna pond, 2 canes here. He was telling me, this morning I had an interview with a lady and she told me, Swami, nobody loves me. Nobody loves me, Swami. But I see love is everywhere. Look at that peach tree, standing there all the year round, in sun, in frost, in cold, in rain. When the season comes, the tree gives me fruits. The tree does not eat its own fruit. That tree loves me. In this way he started. He was a little poet by nature, you see. He was telling me, when I get up, I go to the bathroom, toothpaste and brush tell me, I will love you, brush your teeth. The water tells me, rinse your mouth, I love you. Then I put on my clothes, they say, I will love you. Then I come to the shrine, the seat tells me, I love you, please meditate. Then I go to the kitchen, and the chair tells me that I am waiting here whole night, please sit down, have breakfast. Then toast, fruit juice, coffee, cereal, all tell me, we love you, eat. I see love is everywhere. It is a great lesson, I tell you frankly. Because according to Sankhya philosophy, sangato parartotvat, all combined objects in this world are meant for others. This microphone is not for itself, which is helping me to make this sound louder so that you can hear. This room is not for itself, which is protecting us from sun, from rain. Your beauty is not for itself, other people enjoy your beauty. Everything you find in this world is not for itself, it is for others. Sangato parartatva, that is the sutra of Kopila in Shanko philosophy. Anyhow, that is a very beautiful story I learned from him. Then Swami Sat Prakashananda. I lived with him 1 year, 9 months. Very learned monk. Three, 4 hours meditation at a stretch is nothing for him. We 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, we feel so restless. Anyhow, that Swami was remarkable Swami. Then Shanta Swarupanandaji's one story I shall tell you. And whenever in India, I used to go and stay with him for a few days. He is really Shanta. He's so quiet, serene. And he speaks slowly, his movement is very slow. But if you sit near him, you will feel calmness, serenity. His one story I heard from Swami Sridharanandaji, that when Swamiji was in America, he went to a mail of post office. He found heaps of unsorted letters. Heaps of unsorted letters. Swamiji is seeing those letters or thinking, is it possible to sort these letters? Swamiji was passing through some very hard time. So he went some kind of errand. While coming back, he again came to the post office to see the condition of those letters. He saw 4 or 5 people, they call it pigeon hole. They put the letters and sorting. Almost all letters are cleared up. Then Swamiji was thinking, my goodness, then my problem will be cleared up. I have many problems. It also will be cleared up. You know, if you read that story, don't, even problem comes, don't get upset. Wait. Time has a power to heal many things, solve many things in our lives. Then Swami Sarvagatanandaji, he was the head of the Boston Center. He went to Swami Akhandananda and asked, Maharaj, I want to be a monk. Yeah, you want to be a monk? Yes. All right. From Bombay to Hardwar, you go barefooted, carrying no money, no possession. Walk all the way and join there. That is the test. He followed his Guru's advice, came to Hardwar after a few months. The head Swami, Kalyanananda, said, you really want to be a monk? Yes, Maharaj. Listen. Mandire, puja, নৈবেদ্য, প্রার্থনা। আর এই হাসপাতালে সেবা, ঔষধপত্র, দুটি মিষ্টি কথা। If you can reconcile these two, join here. In the temple, what we do? Puja, we do the worship, then we offer food, and then we pray. These 3 things we do in the temple, in the shrine. And in hospital, serve these patients, give them food, diet and medicine, and say a few sweet words. When you can reconcile these two, then you know work is worship. That is practical Vedanta according to Swamiji. Practical Vedanta. I shall never forget that incident. He told me, I wrote down in my diary. Swami Dharmeshananda, he went to him and said, you know, I don't feel that Sri Ramakrishna is God. He said, my goodness, after reading whole Ramayana, you are now telling me who is Sita the aunt on Sambaji. Satkanjo Ramayana pade, Sita kar Mashi. You read this Ramayana and now you are telling me that Sita is the aunt of which person, you know. Amazing. So do you know what? M said that same thing happened to my life. Let me tell you my experience, what happened. One day, Sri Ramakrishna was taking a rest after lunch. I was in his room. Near his feet, I was gently massaging his feet. And I was thinking, he eats, he sleeps, he talks, he walks, just like ordinary human being. I don't see any difference. Seeing Sri Ramakrishna, I was thinking. All of a sudden, Master got up Hey master, ki bhabcho, ki bhabcho. AM, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? একে ভাবলে সব হয়ে যাবে, একে ভাবলে সব হয়ে যাবে, একে ভাবলে সব হয়ে যাবে. If you think of me, you will achieve everything. 3 times he repeated. Then Sri Ramakrishna began to talk. Mother, did I say so? Or you talk? You said. I said. Oh no, you said. You said. Mother, you said. And then again Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. Well, that day I realized Sri Ramakrishna was God in human form. Sri Ramakrishna removed my doubt. I met Swami Abhayanandaji, of course, many, many years. He used to tell us, do you know why we fail? First, lack of sincerity. Second, bhaber ghare churi, hypocrisy. Theft in the chamber of the heart. Third, mon mukh ek na kora. Our minds and speech are not united. These are the 3 reasons people fail in a spiritual life. Very important. Sincerity. Hypocrisy. We are, Swamiji, do you know what Swamiji said? Those who come to spiritual life, 80% people, more or less secular, yoga and bhoga, both. 15% people will be crazy. And 5% people are trying. That Swamiji said, that is Swamiji's calculation. I remember it was so funny. Swami Nitya Swarupananda and Swami Abhayananda, both seated in the same room. I was there. So Swami Nitya Swarupananda, both are mother's disciples. He was telling Swami Abhayananda, who was the manager of Belur Math. Swami, let me be frank with you. Sri Ramakrishna lost his taste. He started to eat Farina pudding from 1886, and still that same menu is continuing. So please change the menu. Then Swami Abhayananda was telling, Acha, তোমার সঙ্গে ঠাকুরের এই ধরনের কথাবার্তা হচ্ছে. Now Sri Ramakrishna is talking to you this way. Eh? Yes, he lost his taste. Please change the menu. Then he said, then what would be the menu? Then he told what he loves to eat. And all eating all fish, fancy dishes, that he mentioned. This is the menu you like. Sometimes these monks also are very funny. Swami Nirvananandaji was the attendant of Swami Brahmananda. When we were in training center in 1964-65, after the Vesper service, we used to meditate. After meditation, we used to go to some senior Swami's room to listen to the old incidents and old reminiscences of the Jari disciples of the mother. So we went to Swami Nirvananandaji's room, and he was telling an incident. That is one I shall never forget. He went to Swami Turiyananda and said, Maharaj, we left home, family, everything we left and came to the monastery. But we have not seen God. Swami Chetanananda replied, you have come under the Kalpataru tree, wish-fulfilling tree. The fruits are hanging. If you stay under this tree, you will get a fruit one day. But if you want the fruit right now, shake the tree, shake the tree. It means use your self-effort, purushakar. Purushakar, self-effort. That incident I shall never forget. Those who have come to Sri Ramakrishna, Thakur said, Mother, he was saying, ekhane jara asbe eta the shesh janma, last birth. Anyhow, that is another story. Blessed are they, those who come to Thakur. I remember Swami Omkarananda Swami, he was a mother's disciple, very powerful sadhu, Bapre Bap, like a Royal Bengal tiger. After the training center, I went to him and just to bow down to him. Say, Maharaj, my training is over, I have come to bow down to you. What? Training is over? Did anybody beat you with shoes? I told him, no. Then you are not trained. Your ego is not shattered. I got a good lesson. Very powerful sadhu, very learned. His scolding was a blessing. He wrote me many, many letters. I quoted in this book. I met Swami Chetanananda ji. He was an assistant secretary. Sunday, our publication department was closed in Calcutta. So on Sunday we used to go to Belur Math. Whole day, from morning till evening, we stayed there, meeting the Swamis, hearing their stories. Sometimes, do you know what? When you feel very depressed, down, go to a holy person. This holy company is so vital, I cannot tell you. They will uplift your mind. So what happened? I used to go to these Swamis. Then if the Swami was telling me, you are here today, Uncle Maharaj, today is holiday. Holiday? In monastic life, holiday? Listen, my boy, there is no moral holiday. Your one moment's mistake can ruin your whole life. Be careful. Says, Durgam patastat kavayu vadanti. Shureshadhara nishita durattaya. Durgam patastat kavayu vadanti. As Upanishad says, you are walking on the sharp edge of a razor. Your feet may be cut, but you must walk very carefully. Spiritual life is very precious. No moral holiday, my young boy. He was very much for training. If you are not trained, you cannot carry the Ramakrishna's spiritual heritage. That he used to emphasize. Look, these people send their children to a Ramakrishna Merchant Mission, our schools. Very good, top-ranking schools in our India. They know that they are going to Ramakrishna Mission schools, means they will be very good students, they will be very successful, they will carry our family's heritage. Similarly, we must train you people. You boys came from the society. We must train them according to our tradition, so that you can carry our tradition, our spiritual heritage. He was very much in favor of that training. Whole spiritual life is nothing but training. Charitra, character. I think I shall stop here. Now you can ask me questions. একটু জোরে জোরে বলো। ভাবের ঘরে চুরি means actually it is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy মানে ভাবের ঘরে চুরি মানে I'm doing something wrong and how it goes then. Oh, suppose, for example, I give you that. There was a brahmachari a sadhu came to Dakshineshwar. And he was living in Panchavati. And he was involved with a woman. Sri Ramakrishna told him, hello, what I hear? That you are a monk and now you are involved with a woman? That monk was telling Sri Ramakrishna, what is wrong? Everything is Brahman. That woman is Brahman. I am Brahman. It is fine. Sri Ramakrishna says, I speak on your Vedanta. You are a hypocrite. That is called Bhaver Ghare Churi. Don't be a hypocrite. It is very, very important. Sri Ramakrishna, when we read Thakur's life, is inside, outside saying. There is no barrier. We have barriers. Whatever you think that you cannot express. Because our minds are not 100% pure. Our impure thoughts, our impure ideas, there are various things are the barriers. That is the way this world functions. Saityanite mithuning hai. Truth and untruth are mixed up. That is the way this world moves. If it is 100% pure, there will be no function. We cannot function in this world. Sri Ramakrishna says, if gold is 100% pure, you cannot make any jewelry. You will have to add alloy, so that gold is very soft. Otherwise you cannot get necklace, bracelet and ring. 100% gold cannot make jewelry. So similarly, if you are 100% pure, you cannot function. Some truth and untruth mixed up. All three gunas should be mixed up. That is the way this world functions. If the husband tells everything what is in his mind to his wife, wife tells everything what is in her husband to her husband, immediately there will be divorce. If the wife tells everything and you will say everything, oh my goodness, with whom I am living? We balance it. That is called Bhaver Ghare Churi. Any more question? Please ask. Huh? ও জাগা ঘরে চুরি। ওটা রামপ্রসাদের গান আছে, রামপ্রসাদ সং, আমার জাগা ঘরে হলো চুরি। জাগা ঘরে হলো চুরি means my mind is stolen away by Maya. That is the way I understand jaga ghare churi. দোষ কারো নয় গো মা, সকাত সলিলে ডুবে মরি শ্যামা। No one to blame, mother. I am drowned in the well which was dug by me. That also comes in hypocrisy, that kind of thing, you know. Maya is stealing our minds all the time. The moment you see it in the shrine, you are trying to think about your chosen deity. You see that worldly ideas are stealing, taking away your mind. It is true. Ask me questions, please. Yes. Please speak a little louder so that it will be recorded. That is a very beautiful question. Do you know how do I look at it? The day you work hard in the garden, digging, planting, this, that, physical exercise, that day you eat more. You feel more hunger. And the day you do not move around, watching, I used to tease one of our Santabal devotees, that reclining on lazy by chair, smoking cigarette, drinking coffee, watching TV, you want to realize God. Correct? Yes, Swami. Reclining on lazy by chair, smoking cigarette, drinking coffee, watching TV. That is the way. You know, self-effort, a hunger for God is vital in spiritual life. Look at Sri Ramakrishna. He is yearning, longing. Unbelievable. He used to rub his face on the green grass under the Panchavuti grove, and his mouth would bleed. And he used to cry, Mother, another day is gone in vain, still thou art not revealed unto me. He is shaking the tree. He is shaking the tree means there is self-effort. Let me give you an example from the Ramayana. Sita was kidnapped. Rama and Lakshmana, two brothers, are searching Sita. Rama was very depressed. Very depressed. Then Lakshmana was reminding Rama, brother, if you get depressed, we shall never find out Sita. Adhyavasayo balavan brata. Adhyavasayo. Self-effort is very powerful, brother. If you get depressed, cannot move, we shall be nowhere. Please use your self-effort. We shall find out. It's self-effort. And I always say, do you know how does it work? There are two blades. This is self-effort, this is grace. If you cut a cloth, you need both. Otherwise you cannot cut the cloth. Both self-effort and grace are necessary. As Sri Ramakrishna said, you will have to unfurl the sail. The grace of the wind is always coming. It will take your boat to the destination. But if you want, you must unfurl the sail. The unfurling the sail is the self-effort. We shake the tree, you know. There in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there is a sutra, they call it Tibro Sangveganam Asanna. Tibro Sangve. The tremendous speed. His illumination is imminent. It will come very soon. It depends upon your speed. How much speed, how much self-effort, how much time you devote. You know, sometimes some people come and tell, Swami, one man came from Tennessee. And Swami, I am retired, 24 hours are in my hand, tell me what shall I do. I can, really? I can tell you something, you will be illumined very fast. Well, what? Morning, 1 hour meditation, 1 hour study. Noon, 1 hour meditation, 1 hour study. Evening, 1 hour meditation, 1 hour study. Even night, 1 hour meditation, 1 hour study. Within 3 months, you see that you have been changed. Swami, I will end up in mental hospital. If I spend 8 hours in spiritual life, I will end up in mental hospital. What can I do? I sometimes say, at least 3 hours will be all right, you know. Some people even bargain. I said, sit 1 hour. Swami, happen or not, will not do. At the time of initiation, they started to bargain, you know. Then one day I was telling Swami, Adi Sharanand, you know, Maharaj, some people take initiation and go away. Then Swami was telling me, brother, why are you so upset? In this country, people change husband, change wife, change guru. What is wrong? No. And let me tell you frankly, Sri Ramakrishna came in this age to make religion simple, easy to practice, very easy. If you see the other conditions, Vedanta, you know, the qualification of a student, so many things are there in Vedanta, in other scriptures. But Sri Ramakrishna came to make religion very simple. This gospel of Ramakrishna. I am now corresponding with a woman in Hungary. She translated the whole gospel of Sri Ramakrishna into Hungarian language. Went to Belur. Her name is Monica Thomas. Went to Belur and went to President Maharaj, and she had some questions. In Hungarian language, apni tumi, tui nahi, there is no tui. In our language, respect apni. In being English, you have only you, nothing else. Apni, tumi, contemporary, tui, lower, junior. In Hungarian language, only two are there. Apni, tumi. Respectful. She gave all those two words to me. So he gave me whatever names in the Gospel of Ramakrishna, he sent me the list. So I said, these are the people who will get apni, these are the people who will get tumi. So I had to, yesterday, day before yesterday, I had to go through all the names and I put red. The red ones are the apni and these ones are tumi. She was so moved. Maharaj, so quickly you answered my questions. Now she sent me, I think, another 60 or 70 questions. I guess that will take a little time to answer. Another woman I met in Brazil, in Rio. Husband is very rich, asked the wife. Wife wants to translate the whole Gospel of Ramakrishna into Portuguese. Then she translated the Ramakrishna and the was great master into Portuguese. Husband says, I have money, you have talent. Use for Ramakrishna. You know, I see how Sri Ramakrishna's messages are going in different parts of the world, in how it is amazing. Really, I was in Germany in 2016. 16 or 17. Anyhow, she is a doctor, German woman. Swami, she made breakfast for me in Frankfurt. Swami, let me tell you one thing. I read they lived with God, God lived with them without the help of dictionary, German dictionary. My English language is very limited. Uncle, her name is Eleanor. Uncle Eleanor, you made my day. I'm glad that you read those books. And they translated, and now they're translating into German. I'm just telling you that how Sri Ramakrishna's message is spreading, even Swamiji's. A Vedanta Voice of Freedom translated into German, Dutch, Spanish, Croatia, Lithuania, all these languages, a Vedantic message and Sri Ramakrishna is spreading, going. You see, it is very, very important how it goes into different worlds, in different. This is the age of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, universal. Recently, do you know what? Ungaric Dharmapal, I am telling you some extra information, who represented Buddhism in the Parliament of Religions. He went to Calcutta in 1894 April and told the Indian nation that, what is called the newspaper, anyhow, there he was talking to that the cause of Vivekananda's success. Why Swami Vivekananda was so successful at the Parliament of Religions? He gave 3 reasons. First, his language. His language is so flawless, and his accent. You see, American people understood what he was talking about. Very rational, very scientific language. First. Second, his universal message, outlook. Everybody represented his religion. Swamiji represented all religions of the world. Third, he mentioned Vivekananda's purity and renunciation. That overwhelmed people. He is Buddhist, talking about Vivekananda. Why Swami Vivekananda was successful? When Swamiji was asked, Swamiji, did you show any miracle that when you say sisters and brothers of America? No. One thing I can tell you, from my childhood, not a sex thought crossed over my mind. My purity overwhelmed this audience. And Mrs. Blodgett, who was present, she said, when this young man said, sisters and brothers of America, all these young women flocked to shake hands with him. Then I told, young man, if you can overcome the onslaught of these American women, you are God. And that was Swamiji. Swamiji's, Ramakrishna's message, Swamiji's message will work. Why? Because that is the truth. Truth never becomes old. Truth never becomes old. Truth is always new. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Which is the truth. Uttered 2000 years ago. Still it is the truth. That sentence will never change. Blessed are the impure in heart, you will see God will not work. That is the way it works. Anyhow, any more questions? 5 minutes more to go. Yes.
Somewhere that Ramakrishna served in a temple and experienced everything in there as spirit. Does that mean that our perception is limited, lacking?
You are talking about Ramakrishna's first vision of the Kali. He saw the consciousness only.
In everything he saw consciousness.
Huh?
In everything he saw consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That he saw. So in that way our perception is limited.
Of course our person is limited. You see, if you carefully watch that what Sri Ramakrishna saw, a Canadian doctor in 1904 published a book named Cosmic Consciousness. In that book, he recorded the illumination, the first-hand knowledge, how they have the first vision. For example, St. Paul, he had the vision of, he was going to persecute the Christians in Damascus. On the way, he fell down from the horse. Jesus says, Saul, Saul, why do thou persecutest me? Then what he saw? He saw light. He fell down. Similarly, that man is really wonderful. The way he recorded all the direct experiences of the illumination of the great mystics and the teachers of the world. Same thing Sri Ramakrishna. He thought Jesus saw Kali in form. He saw consciousness. He saw the light came and engulfed him and he lost consciousness. He merged into consciousness. You see, if you have that experience, what will happen? You cannot function anymore in this world. Let me tell you. Sri Ramakrishna gave an example. 3 dolls went to take bath in the ocean. The stone doll took the bath, came out, okay, no change. The cloth doll took the bath in the ocean and soaked into water and fell on the shore. And the salt doll went to bathe in the ocean and merged into the ocean. That happens. When you have that experience of that cosmic consciousness, your I consciousness and the cosmic consciousness become one. At that time, if you do not have I, ego, you cannot function in this world. We need I. That I consciousness. But the illumined soul, their I is, as Sri Ramakrishna said, it is a burnt rope. Rope, big rope, set fire. This rope shape is there, but that rope cannot bind you. You blow it out, all will be dust, ashes. Whole rope becomes ashes. So at that time, they try to grab a little bit Maya. I want to do good to humanity. I want to do this. As Sri Ramakrishna says, I want to eat bitter squash curry. I want to smoke hubble bubble. In this way, he was creating desires so that his mind come in the lower plane of consciousness. One of my students was telling me, Swami, I want Samadhi. Uncle, really? If you want Samadhi, you must hire Hridoy. Sri Ramakrishna's nephew used to grab when Uncle Ramakrishna was in Samadhi. You will have to hire somebody so that you may not fall. Your teeth will break, your hand will break. So you hire somebody before you attain Samadhi. Then his husband was sitting near to me, Swami, I can do that job. Let my wife have Samadhi. Uncle, if your wife gets Samadhi, she will not cook anymore. You will have to serve your wife. Anyhow, Sri Ramakrishna made spiritual life very simple. Read the Gospel of Ramakrishna. As I told you, after my initiation, I went to my Guru. And I said, Maharaj, give us some advice. Only advice. Only advice. Only advice. Nobody follows, only asks advice. Then he said, read the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna answers all questions, whatever comes in human mind. If Ramakrishna's answers do not satisfy you, my answers will not satisfy you either. Please go. No. Please, those who come to Vedanta, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, always remember, there is no show business here, no hypocrisy. The purest form of spirituality you will find in this place. And what Sri Ramakrishna Swamiji said in Balloon Much Rule Book, each center of Sri Ramakrishna is a limb of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is Ango. Serving this place, you are serving Sri Ramakrishna. That monks we strongly believe, and those who are close devotees, they also believe. Serving this place, we are serving Thakur. But it is, we see that how people are getting peace and joy in spiritual life, those who came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna's tradition. Thank you. And I have one announcement. Last year I brought some pictures, you remember, that Sri Ramakrishna's face Samadhi, it was taken in 1879. I brought 12 copies, it will be in the bookshop. The vice president of Disneyland, who makes Mickey Mouse, he made this picture for me. She is a disciple of Swami Prabhavanandaji, John Hens. It is a beautiful picture. $30, they will tell you. All right, so I did my part. Now I shall go to bookshop. After then, next session will start at 4 o'clock. I have so